We're the Kane family, and we're from Lindale, Texas, and I coach football at Lindale High School. Coaching was one of the biggest mission fields out there, and in order to pour into my kids like I'm supposed to, I've got to be poured into somewhere. And marriage retreats do that for both of us, for sure. And then the coaching study, both in the fall and the spring, just to kind of stop with the craziness of coaching and everyday life there, to come in and just get together and reconnect and remember why we do this.
Coaches Outreach for us is something that we look forward to every summer. It's like a non-negotiable kind of for us to go, and it's cool to have so many people that do see it as like a team, like we are in this together. It's not just his job, and it's unique that we get to be a part of it.
We are the Harmons, coach and teach at Mansfield High School, football and track. I think what Coaches Outreach allows you to do is it gives you an avenue to speak to kids about Christ, and it works to help remind, like I said, remind coaches of why they do what they do. It's not about wins and losses, that is the goal, but it's about changing the life of a child, and Coaches Outreach is a good reminder of that each and every day.
As the coaches work to empower their students on the field, their athletes on the field, they're also empowering them through Bible study off the field and teaching them how to be men and women that are going to be productive members of society, and in turn have families that are instilling Christian values into their own families. The roles of a coach are just, they almost have no limits, because there's nothing that they won't do for their athletes. And sometimes that's a lot, but I think that being a coach is just such a gift.
Dear donor, the main thing we learned this weekend is that a storm is going to come at some point. Conflict is going to happen, and the thing we have to remember is that our spouse is not our enemy, but our battle partner. Together we can take on anything. Like the Bible tells us, let no one separate what God has joined together. This new perspective was a huge game changer for me, and I'm excited to put it into practice when the next storm comes.
We are so thankful for the ministry of Coaches Outreach and for donors like you who make it possible. It's been huge for our marriage. It's been huge for the staffs that we've been on. It's been huge for the athletes that it reaches. This ministry is a blessing to coaching couples across the country, and we truly thank you for pouring into this ministry, and it means so much to us, and we're just grateful for people like you who are willing to provide that for us summer after summer and season after season.
Dear donor, this weekend we learned about love, happiness, accountability, and self-control in our marriage and coaching relationships. Night one was a life changer for us. The speaker spoke on the difference between happiness in our marriages and choosing joy. I had always thought they were the same, but I realized that happiness is conditional and joy comes from the Lord.
It is because of people like you that we are able to come to this retreat and reinvest in our marriage commitment. You will never know how much of a blessing you are to us. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for choosing to invest in this ministry and give these coaching families a much-needed retreat to grow and learn more about how to be a more godly couple who makes disciples.
You're not only impacting us in our marriage by pouring into us through marriage retreats and Bible studies, but you're allowing us to go into our community and pour into the student athletes that we're called to pour into, and so thank you.
When you give to Coaches Outreach, you are doing kingdom work. You are allowing us, and as a team, him as a coach, to bless everybody that we come into contact with.